Hello, everyone. The day ended great. My grandma came by. It felt good. It felt good connecting with my grandmother again. Hey, baby. How are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you? How are you? And it was great that my grandmother came by, but I have to. She is good. She is good. Thank you. Thank you. And hey, Coinbeat, shout out. And well, yeah. Let's see what's this going on. Wow. I'm gonna actually address a serious issue because the day started rough. Okay, I had a call from a friend of mine, a work friend actually. Yeah, and she told me that last night she was raped, and yeah, very serious. She was raped by someone that we both knew. And the reason that I address this serious issue is I told her for years, 2, almost 3 years, that there was something wrong with this guy. He was not doing normal shit. All right? He was 27 years old and he was hitting on women who were like 14, 15, sometimes even 13. All right? I told her for years to stay away from that guy. And so when she called and says, "Yeah, I've been raped," and it's like, by who? By this and this person. All right. She called me up crying, and yeah, it was serious shit. So she called me crying and everything, and it's like, okay, who are you? Who are you raped by? Who did this happen to? Who did this to you? It's such and such person. My face went immediately from worry to the most neutral and most, how can I say it? The most disgusting face of all. Because every time I came to this particular girl and told her to stay away from that guy, she did not listen. She refuted immediately all claims, even though I had her best interest at heart. Even though I continuously said to not engage with this guy, don't even hang out with him. He did that shit before. Actually, he was in a relationship. I remember with another girl, and he tried to ask her to go to a amusement park vacation with her. No. And there have been so many other issues. I wish her all the best. I wish her all the best. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's a disaster and it should have never happened. And I don't condone it happening to anyone. Having said that, however, she's just as crazy. But believe me, because when this is not something recently. I've told her for years to stay away from this guy. 2 years of consistent stay the hell away from it. But every time I did, all right, every time I did, it was either met with violent words or violent acts telling me I was crazy or I'm creating drama, which she ended up. I'm not even gonna. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put nobody's laundry out there. That's for their story to decide. However, when you, because this is the funny shit, right? Because I'm here on my other phone, and you see the stuff that happened with Sarah Everett, which I did a video on, which again is a travesty and should have never happened. But when you put out phrases that all men are this, you put out things such as men are just as guilty if you know about it and don't say anything. Well, with that regard to those people, or to those women, I should say, fuck all of you. Because I was the guy who said something about it, and you refuse to listen. You refuse to listen. Why? Because ignorance is bliss. And if you can't listen to someone who's got your best interest in heart, I don't care what the situation. Because when she told me and said crying, and by a guy who we both knew from work, and who we both knew, all right? We both knew who this person was, where they worked. I'm not going to say shit about it now. It's not my business. You want to know why? Because when she called me up and said this and this happened with such and such person, I kindly told her, don't bother me with this. And I hung up the phone. That's how much I've learned to care about these issues, because I was an ally. All right. I'm a guy who's been raised around women mostly his entire life. I was all for it. I was all for female empowerment, and I still am. I'm still all for freedom of being able to walk around the street. But if you want to walk around thinking you're untouchable, no one is. All right? And this is going to hit some people sensitive, I know. It's going to push a lot of buttons. And I wouldn't be surprised one bit if people had something to say to me about this after I post this, which I'm gonna. Because people need to know the truth. And the truth is that women, not all women, but women in this messed up generation that we're living in, they don't want a man. They don't want a partner. They want an ally when it suits their purpose. And I'm not with that shit. So, they do what they want to do. All right? If you want to walk around 3 o'clock in the morning thinking that's nothing going to happen, something's going to happen. If you want to refute people telling you to stay away from a certain person because such and such and such, you don't want to listen, it's no problem. But then don't come calling me when the shit's about to hit, or when the shit has been hit, as in case with her, because I don't want that drama in my life. Plain and simple. I'm moving on to better things. You all do what you want to do. But I'm going to sit back, relax, and watch all of you sort it all out. Because I try to warn you. Welcome to your new world, where things like this are going to keep happening if people keep refusing to listen to one another. Peace be with you all, and have a good night.